So you made it through chapter 1 talking about facial expressions. Facial expressions are extremely important because that's the first thing that people say. And you can either put people off or you can be more inviting based on your facial expressions. I say it like this. Don't have RBF if you want to develop relationships, if you want people to come to you, and if you want opportunity to open up for you. RBF, resting bitch face, you may have heard that. That's a little thing that's out there in the social communities. However, making sure that for guys, it's more about being stoic. And I have this conversation often with women who are in leadership, meaning that they try to mimic at times other men and be more stoic. And if you want to come across as being more abrasive and aggressive, then that's the face you want to have on. But if you want people to come towards you and gravitate more towards you, speaking to women specifically, do have the smile on the face. Now, I also come from the notion that guys, you should also have a smile on your face when you're communicating with someone. It will make a difference on how people receive you. So anytime you're in a social setting, for sure, make sure that you are smiling. It's one of the better tools that you're going to utilize for your face as far as being more inviting. Because our face displays our emotions. It's the windows to our emotions. The facial expression you have, universal currency right here with the face, definitely gives me an idea of where you are from an emotional standpoint. Are you approachable at that moment? And if you ever have the opportunity to test this out in the marketplace or in the workplace environment, definitely do that. Test it out. Test out being more stoic or having, quote, RBF for ladies, but also test having a smile on your face when you walk in the room. Because what happens when you walk in, and we'll be talking about this later on again when we get to appearances, what happens is people look you up and down. That's exaggeration. What happens is their eyes fluctuate and all these calculations start to formulate in their head. And if you can be way more open with your smile, with your facial expressions, people will receive you better. They'll give you compliments. They'll do something to start introducing themselves to you. And also the vice versa, go the other way as well. You may have noticed, if you ever gone to some sort of networking event, what happens most of the time is that people are sitting there, they may be either on their phone or they sit and they're very stoic and they're not engaging, or people don't want to engage with them because they're not being open with their facial expressions. You can get a lot done with facial expressions. So my opportunity is with the nonverbal communication piece of facial expressions, test it out. Start experimenting with it in the real workplace environment and see if you have an opportunity to shape and or create the opportunities that you want with different people, okay? We do this all the time. So it does work, you just have to get used to doing that. So here's a practice you want to institute even at your home. Stand in your mirror, look at your face, and project, be able to create the real smile. There are times people say something or they address something in you or they acknowledge you and that brings a smile. And that's one way that you can get people to start being even more closer to you is by giving some sort of acknowledgement. Acknowledgements presents smiles. But for yourself, practice developing a real smile on demand. Because when you smile, other muscles from the eyes are also engaged versus just the mouth here area, just smiling. You can tell when you deliver a fake smile. You want to be able to turn on a real smile on command. Master your facial expressions. In the book, we also spoke about micro expressions. Micro expressions are things that, facial expressions that come upon you like that. They're hard to control, but if you can maintain the shock value of what you're hearing or what you're observing, the micro expressions can subside. Those are a bit more tougher to master control over. So what you have to do is swing the pendulum to the other side, and when you hear jarring, surprising, shocking information, you want to maintain some level of stoicism. There may be some things that you do from a body standpoint that they can't see. If you're underneath the table, maybe you push your foot into the ground or you pinch yourself or something like that. But making sure the face has the right expression for that moment, for the information that you're receiving. Okay, so go ahead and test out the marketplace as we move into the other chapters in the book. All right, you'll see me then.